So I just crossed from way over there. You might be able to see two guys, like one there and one there crossing. We came across here and back, and then I'll show you this little spot here we crossed also. From here over. The water's a little cold, just in my boxers. I had a pair of socks on for shoes. So guys, I went ahead and crossed the river to get me some birch bark for fire later. Hopefully I can get fire. It's supposed to be raining even right now, to be honest with you. We'll see. There is a beer can that I found. The top, it was kind of crushed, the can was, so I cut the top off and then I kind of opened it up. And it was just, you know, absolutely nasty inside of it. So I took some sand and pebbles and cleaned it out. Now I put some water in it, and I think it is probably got a little hole in it, but I figured I'd just kind of test it out to see. If anything, I could collect the water, hurry up and boil it, possibly. I mean, this is all possibilities. At least it's some kind of container I have, even if it does leak slightly. It's very fragile, so I need to be careful with it. And I'm ready to go. Okay guys, this is knife only, and it started right there once we got out of the vehicle, and then I had to cross the creek, as you've seen. Found that container when I was on the other side of the river, and what I got for my knife is my Striker Scout. We're allowed to go ahead and take two knives, one smaller, one bigger, and then I'll take and show you down here. This is a diving sparrow. As you can see right there. And I went ahead and had this drilled into there for a Bowdrill fire. So I need to go see if I can find a spot for shelter for the night. Go ahead and pan you back up here, guys, because night's gonna come soon enough. It's definitely overcast and it's supposed to be raining, so we'll see. I'm gonna put you guys away in the dry box. See where I think I'm gonna set up my camp. And I've got this fallen tree right here. You can kind of see it's holding itself up. It's a cedar, guys. Got this huge cedar here. Now you won't be able to see much of it, but it provides a slight canopy for me. And then another cedar right there, kind of right over top of where I'm at. Got another cedar right here. So that will give me some stuff to work with for fire. And, well, I don't have a lot to clear out right here where it's at. Kind of a slight plus. I got some of this vine material here that's hairy for some tinder, and I'm going to take and walk you over here. There's my camera stand for all this, and show you there's water over here, a creek running through over here. It's very beautiful here, guys. Very, very beautiful. There it is. How much better can I get it? Feels like I'm in heaven. Yeah. One of the other guys already seen a bear track. We haven't quite completely separated, you know, just because of the amount of people that cross the river at the same time. So we've seen some bear tracks there close by. We got some dogwoods right there. Just beautiful, guys. That cedar tree, look at this thing. It's huge. Actually, a lot of these cedar trees are pretty big. And then I even have some pines, like that one there in the screen is a pine. There's a lot of pines in this area here too. And I think I mentioned this redbud tree here, which those buds are edible, just like they are. So I got something to eat, guys, already. I see some other wild edibles out here on the ground floor. And it's starting to pour, so I need to get shelter going and I need to get my rain gear on. Oh boy. Might not be a lot of filming because I'm going to have to keep this camera dry, guys. Have fun. So I found that Coke bottle there. I don't know if I showed that already, but that's an addition. I'll show you what I got so far, kinda. Definitely not even close to being done. You can see all the cedar boughs, and yeah, you can see daylight through them. But there should be enough on there to catch the leaves when I throw the leaves on. I kind of started to put some leaves on. The rain's kind of slowed down a little bit. I'll take you around to the other side real fast to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like so far. And then I got to get busy, guys. So this is the back side of it, and I'll kind of walk up a little closer so you can see. Can't tell the daylight as much from this side, but there's some leaves that I just started with. It's going to take a long time to collect leaves without something to put them in. There you go. You might not be able to see a lot, but I was going to show how I was getting the leaves here. Just kind of do the boot rake. Whew, big old spider right there. Not like there's a ton of leaves, you know, but definitely enough that I can rake up a decent pile, enough to make a trip and go throw it on the shelter. I'm gonna try to do a hand drill fire here. I don't know, I just feel more comfortable trying it. I'm sure once my hands start hurting, then I'm gonna switch over to Bowdrill. But we will see. I would like to have fire tonight, but everything's so wet, you know, from it raining. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get it to start making some dust for me. Like I always say, I'm heating up the board. That's a dumb mistake. I'm really dehydrated, guys, and I'm really tired. I'm about to just make a seep well and drink out of it. I should have been trying to collect some water while it was raining, and I was just too busy thinking about trying to do the shelter, so I didn't do it. I'm going to work on this for a while, guys. I don't want to waste it on a bunch of battery. So I just did Bowdrill. There's my notch. There's my ember. My spindle is horrible, guys. I mean, I was just trying to get away with it. I'm getting pretty dizzy when I stand up now, dehydrated. I'm going to get this fire going, guys. So I won't be doing any filming. This is important. Alright, guys. I got fire. I got to do some little fire maintenance here. I'm starting to get cramps really bad. I need to do some cleanup here. I got my can right there boiling. that ember that you guys seen on camera was not the one I actually got fire from. I actually had to make one more ember. The other one blew out in my tinder bundle, and what I ended up doing is sticking my tinder bundle kind of on the ember and then blowing it into flame, and that worked way better than sticking it in the tinder bundle. So there you have it. I got some water I'm trying to get to boil now, and see how that works out. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to take it off the fire without burning myself. I guess I'll just lick my fingers and pull it away, or I don't know. Maybe I'll try to make some kind of tongs, or I just really don't know right now, guys. I'm more concerned with trying to get it to boil because I need something to drink so bad. I'm like really dehydrated at this point. Haven't had anything to drink all day and been working pretty hard trying to do the shelter. I really should have been collecting some of that rainwater. Well, that's what you get when you're working hard and you don't think. I don't know what time it is. My camera says it's 6:30. I'm hoping that that's kind of right. I don't really know. I had a tick on me just a minute ago, and I tried to pull it off. It was right there where that bite mark looking thing is. He did have time to latch on. Should be wearing some long sleeves, but it's just so hot out here. It's supposed to be 80s, and it feels like it's definitely 80. It's so humid. Got my fire going still. I put a big log, kind of a big one, next to it to kind of get it to slightly dry out. And if any big rain comes, it'll help keep it going. Got my can boiling again. I've done 2 batches, and it isn't even a beer can full of water worth. So I'll show you over here. I tapped a grapevine. I'll show you that, and I got to go collect some more water from the river, so I'm going to go do that at the same time. Alright guys, here's the grapevine. It's not a huge one. Here's my hand for comparison, about 2 fingers wide. And, you know, going up the tree, way up in the canopy. But here's its dripping. You can see that. It's actually dripping in 2 spots. Let me see if I get that in frame. Yeah. And I got a decent amount of water right now. It doesn't look like a lot, but I mean, it's not a lot, but it's definitely more than I had. And that's really good water. I mean, it's very good. Give you guys a view of the river down here, or actually it's a creek, sorry. You can kind of see that yellowness over there. That's the sun just highlighting the tops of the trees because the sun's starting to go down. And I'll give you a shot where I'm kind of at right here, and then give you a shot downstream. It's freaking awesome, guys. Absolutely awesome place. So what I'm doing right now is I just got this what is it, a Coca-Cola bottle. Believe it or not, there was somebody had used it as a spittoon. So anybody that knows me really well, this is really hard for me to do, but you know what, I'm thirsty. I tried to rinse it out as good as I could. So I'm gonna get me some more water. She's full. Now I'll take this water and transfer it into my can and boil it. That's what I've been doing. And then I'm getting my sips to get a little bit more, some nutrition out of that grapevine to kind of supplement, because I can't boil a lot of water at a time. It's you almost can't keep up. Guys, I found another can. This one's in perfect shape. I'm gonna go ahead and try to take my knife and slowly open this top up here so it'll keep its shape possibly. My other can was just smashed flat, and I kind of cut the top off and then spread it out, and it has a leak, so I only get about that much water, so I'm hoping that I can boil that much water now. We will see. I don't want to mess it up. These things are really thin, guys. But man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad somebody threw some trash out here. It's really helping me right now. On the fire, so you can actually see something. Seemed like darkness kind of came fast, but I don't think you can quite see it. But these are some massive logs that I just happened to find out here. They look like they must have logged this area or something at one point in time. And I rolled these two huge mammoth logs quite a long distance to get them to where my camp is. But I'm kind of hoping that they're going to pay off in the morning. A thunderstorm's supposed to come in tonight. Nothing's happened so far. I guess we'll see. Today was a challenge for me. Seemed like we kind of got a late start, which is kind of what would happen anyway if you were out, you know, hiking around or something like that and realized that, yeah, you're about to have a bad day. Got dehydrated. It was really starting to affect me. I mean, if I stood up, I'd just be extremely dizzy to the point where I almost couldn't stay standing up. I almost had to just lay down. That friction fire felt good once I got the fire. That was a plus. You seen I got those 2 cans. That was a plus. And I did not collect enough firewood for tonight. Kind of just ran out of time, and my shelter needs a lot of work. Boy, I don't know. Some of the other guys are hoping it's going to rain, and I'm hoping it ain't, because I've got a decent amount of leaves in the top part of my shelter, but the bottom half, it's not enough. And if it started raining and coming in at an angle, I would be, yeah, it'd be messed up. I wouldn't, the rain kind of come in at an angle, you know, I'd be getting pretty wet. I may get pretty wet anyway. Oh, you can hear the creek flowing from here. I heard something stirring just outside of camp not too long ago. And yeah, I'm having fun for the majority of it, you know, for the most part of it. It has its challenges. Definitely a beautiful place out here. I don't have anything on the ground for bedding. That's the part I'm dreading the most. I'm not even going to sleep because of it, basically. Yeah, I'm just really dreading that part because my back is going to ache so bad. I do want to modify my shelter a little bit more. I need to finish it too, you know. So, anyway, I guess unless something else happens or I think of something else, I'll see you guys in the morning sometime. Day 1 of knife only. Morning. Man, that ground's cold and hard.
Did get some sleep at least. I'd say probably 7 hours. Waking up often just to stoke the fire. Didn't really hear a bunch of stuff out in the bush like normally do, and I wondered if that's just kind of the creek in the background dampening all the other noises. Well, time to get up and get busy on the shelter some more. I got some water to boil and maybe find me something to eat today. I know I'm going to make me a little spear of some sort. Just in case I see something of opportunity, I'm going to get it.
I woke up to a ton of these spider webs that formed overnight. They're kind of interestingly built, to be honest with you. Got that one there, and I think we have a littler one down here. Spiders kind of sit underneath in that little pocket, that little layer you can see there. Alright guys, I didn't show making it, but I made me a rabbit stick. It's, you know, armpit to fingertip. Just in case. Little thumper here. I kind of peeled the bark off some. I want to do a little bit more to kind of make it slightly white. That way it sticks out when I throw it. And I'll be able to find it again. Nothing fancy. I didn't even spend the time to clean up the ends too much. Had a beaver chew my way through that. I really need to find a piece of hardwood, something I can use to baton with. But most of the woods right here are softwoods, like cedars and pines. I'm gonna go check out my camp. I gotta take these, I got some thermals on. I need to get those off because I'm starting to sweat a little bit. I definitely needed them last night, that's for sure. Just glad I brought them. I'm gonna go take care of that, guys. Found this patch of flowers I thought I'd share. They're actually kind of spread out throughout this whole area here. But it's kind of a neat flower. Not really sure what kind it is. Don't have those back home. So guys, my camera says it's 10 o'clock on day 2. And I'm working on making myself a debris bed. I've got that side there, well, with a decent amount of leaves. I still have to pack it down and whatnot. Still got a lot more leaves to collect. It's kind of hard to collect it in these areas here because of all the vegetation, but you know, slow and steady. And it's still 10 o'clock, but I decided I'd go ahead and show you. These are the logs that I found yesterday from, I guess, the logging operation that went through here at some point in time in its life. They were kind of rotted, sorta, but obviously good enough. They're still lasting from all of last night and then, you know, 10 o'clock today. So I'm hoping that a lot of that, or at least half of what you see there, will still be there tonight, so I can at least get through the night with it. There are at least one more over there that I seen. I may go pick it up, or roll it, I'm sorry. You can't really pick them up, they're too heavy. Just to make sure. And I still have a lot of firewood to collect. I've collected a lot of little kindling and just a few decent sized pieces, but I'm gonna get this debris bed done and then I'll get myself working on firewood. I've been drinking throughout the day, you know, collecting from the grapevine, and what water I've boiled this morning. I think I've boiled 2 or 3 batches. I think 3 probably. so good. Best part about it is it's so cool, and it has like just a real slight sweet taste to it. Very slight. So this is what I've been eating, guys. The new shoots off of the green briar, they're really like asparagus, limp, but just right off the plant. Kind of have an asparagus-y like taste to them. So you get to the part where it starts getting a little chewier, and I don't eat that part. Not bad. I kind of want to go explore. It's just, it's naturally for me, I'm kind of curious. So I know there's some overhangs up ahead here. So I'm going to climb up, way up there, and walk it and see what happens. That's a pretty nice little ledge there. So this is one of the spots I found up here. Seems to have a nice little overhang actually. It's not too bad. It's just another neat little spot that you could cubby back in, it looks like. The rock's fairly loose, so it's not something I'd probably really take unless I had to in an emergency. This is part of that same spot we were just looking at. You see a pretty good fissure all the way through, clear up to the top. So here's a natural spring coming out of the side of the hill here. I'll show you the top of it. I know you guys don't like me moving around a lot, but none of it's flowing up top there. It's only coming out of this layer, right there. It's dripping, and we only collected the dripping part, but it's flowing through here and down through here, whatnot. Seeing this nice bright red flower, I thought that was kind of cool. There's nothing else out here that looks that red. So found this neat little white flower also.
Looks like a duck.
It kind of does. Then we've been snacking on some of this wood sorrel right here. Pretty good. So I followed that creek all the way down to where it goes into the river, and this is kind of what it looks like. It looks like you could probably paddle a little bit in there, but you know, probably couldn't go too far. It starts turning rocky and got some shoals. It's just one of those beautiful days. Here's the outlet of that creek right here. And then you probably can see right over there where the water runs down some shoals over there too. Check out this freaking huge frog that one of the other guys caught. I mean, that thing is freaking bigger than my hand, guys. How awesome. It's still alive and he's got it tied up. Life's food never foils. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm at 2 days without food and I'm freaking hungry, so I had to get me a snake. Ran across him and it was a quick kill, trust me. It's one of those things. I don't really like snakes, but I just, you know, I stay away from them. But when you're as hungry as I am right now, you just about eat anything. So I got that beer can, I put some water in it, I cut it up into little medallion sized pieces, and I'm boiling it right now. So we'll see. I need to rinse that snake off again, and so when I go to cut it up again, it'll be clean again. It was pretty long. It was about 3.5 feet long, something like that. Well, guys, this is the end of day 2. It's about 7 o'clock. The sun is definitely setting. I got my fire stoked up again. That log that I had yesterday, I still have half of each of them. So I'm gonna keep those. And I found this one here, and that one was so hard to get over here, but whew, what a day. Hiked up to the top of the hill there, and got my snake and ate most of that. Feeling good. Got to do some knife maintenance. I don't know if you guys can see the shiny edge there, but polish that edge back up a little bit. She's looking a little dirty. It's only 8 in the morning, guys. I'm making me a, kind of like a spear. I've used some vine that I found to kind of wrap that and put some toggles in there. And I'm working right now on sharpening the tips up. And the other end, I made just a point on it. And this piece is when it sits on the ground, it's taller than I am. So you guys can see there. That way I don't jab myself in the eye with the points while I'm walking. And I can turn it over, use the just the pointy end. Not really have to be a real point, but kind of a blunt point. And I can use that as kind of like a walking stick, especially if I'm going to cross the creek over there. You never know. Might see me fish or, you know, crawdad. I don't know if a crawdad will stay in that, but I might be able to somehow slightly pin him down. Wishful thinking, probably. When you're hungry, you're wishing. So, alright guys, I'm going to finish sharpening these tips up some, and I'm going to fire harden it. Got the fire right here below me. And yeah, just having a freaking blast. It's going to take a little while, but I'm going to get these hardened up. I'll have to sharpen the tip a little bit more after I kind of harden it up, just because it'll burn a little bit. So another guy here caught him a box turtle.
Wasn't hard.
And believe it or not, that thing is trying to dig underneath his shoe to kind of hide. Well guys, it's day 3, and now I'm starting to get a little bored. There's I got my firewood all collected, I got my shelter done, and had snake yesterday. I've been eating a lot of wild edibles, like spring beauties, clover, wood sorrel, greenbriers, spiderwort, Solomon seal, had some plantain. Can't think of all of them. Brushed my teeth this morning with some sassafras, and yeah, I'm thinking about crossing the creek just to kind of, I don't know, go scouting. Just give me something to do, kind of, you know. But I'm gonna go get a drink over from my grapevine that I've got going over there, and yeah, who knows how the day's gonna go. If I see something, I might whack it with my rabbit stick. Just give me something else to eat. But freaking A. Tomorrow we get a little bit more gear. We get a container, a saw, a ferro rod, and a little cordage in our fishing kits. So I'll be living high on the hog once that happens. Oh, and we get a poncho. So just be no different than camping here, really, other than we'll have an easier way of getting some food fishing. But yeah, I'm gonna go play around, guys. So guys, this is the spring beauty that I've been eating. You can see the flower how it is. Of course, there's some more that haven't bloomed yet. You follow the stalk down, and then we have grass-like blades on it. And then you can't pull on this to get the little nut, but you have to dig really softly. And see, it's barely attached down here. I don't know if you can see that, but this is the nut. See how it's still attached to it? But all you do is just clean it off and crack the skin on the outside of it and eat it. It tastes like a kind of a sweeter potato, kind of starchy. It's very good. And it's a lot of work kind of to get it, but I think it's kind of worth it. It's like a little treat. I'm gonna eat this one.
I'd like to stay and dig more
Solomon Sill. I'm collecting my water right here out of the side of the mountain here. This stuff is good, guys. Really good water.